Welcome back, Last Request Barbecue Show, where we are making meals to die for. A very special cook today. It is spring. Get that? It is, well, it's not quite spring. Well, it's kind of spring, but it's mid-April, but it's warm. I'm in shorts, I'm in a sweatshirt. What a great time to break out the Weber charcoal barbecue. So we have a real treat for you. We are making chicken with a marinade from Achiote Paste. That is from the annatto seed. This is a recipe inspired by Smokin' Joe's Pit Barbecue, a great site. Go subscribe. He's so generous with his insights. Does a live stream on Wednesday. You know, I've chatted on the live stream. Such a genuine guy, and down in Texas. And he does this amazing thing with this Achiote paste. Check that out. And it's a fabulous cook. We're on charcoal. We're on what? It's like spring. It's fantastic. Break it out the Weber. Now we got all kinds of other things. We're going to make a fire roasted corn. And in that fire roasted corn, we're going to put in some of this brand new spice. I'm keen to try it. Got this from my friends at All Barbecue Canada. So looking forward to trying that. And on the chicken, the all-time favorite Cattleman's Grill Ranchero. But most importantly, what we're talking about is this, Achiote paste. The aroma already is just fantastic. Anyway, enough yammering, let's get going. So as I said, I'm very excited to get back. We're using the Weber. It's a nice warm day out today, finally. So what a great opportunity. So a real mix of things. So first of all, I'm using these Blue Hog logs, charcoal logs. That's gonna be the base. And then we're gonna lit that up with our little fire starters here, our flamers, which I'm a big fan of. And I'm using a lot of them, obviously, because I really wanna get this going. There's the logs that we're going to be getting going. That's going to be the base. And on top of that, we're going to put our mesquite wood and build a base of charcoal under which, or over which, or under which, they're going to cook the chicken. So let's get started with getting our charcoal going, which from experience with these takes a bit extra time, but it lasts all that longer. All right, that doesn't take long. There we go. And let the smoking begin. Woohoo, it's spring. Loving it. So now we're gonna make our marinade, and I'm using this really neat stuff. It's achiote, and it is a paste made from the annatto. I think it's pronounced seed, which is bright red. Check this out. Apparently it's got a little bit of salt, not too much, and nothing else. And this is what's gonna form the foundation of our paste. Oh, it smells amazing. Check that out. All right, so what we do, thanks again to Smokin' Joe's Pit Barbecue YouTube channel, break it up into small chunks, and into our Vitamix it goes. And I'm using one package of this I got from Amazon, in case you don't have a local Mexican grocery store type thing. And then a cup. Why avocado oil? As we know, it's got a lower smoke point, or a higher smoke point, I should say. So I'm gonna see if that works any differently. I don't mind avocado anyway, but I'm gonna put a cup of avocado oil in, and I'm kind of hoping the higher smoke point works to my favor once it goes on the barbecue, because what we're going to be doing again, thanks, because it's spring, we're going to be cooking our chicken that's going to marinate for about an hour in our paste over charcoal and, more importantly, mesquite natural wood on the Weber. So I'm very excited about that. All right, so there's a cup. There we go. There's a cup of oil, and that is going to be our marinade. So let's mix that up. And we're going to mix this up for about 2 minutes. Let it really get mixed up. All right, that's been 2 minutes. Let's take a look. Oh, goodness. Smells just amazing. Check this out. Look at that beautiful paste. And that will be the marinade for our chicken. So let's get our chicken ready. All right, it's been about half an hour, and these charcoal is smoking red, hot, white, beautiful. It's exactly where I wanted it to be. So I got my handy glove here, because it's nice, and you put a base of this charcoal down. That's perfect. So now we're gonna add in our wood chunks of mesquite, and I want all this to boil down to just the charcoal. If I had bigger pieces, I'd lay it all down, but right now I'm using chunks as what I've got to work with. It smells just amazing. Whew, that's getting hot too. Hot and smoky. That's all right. All right, now let's get our rack on. There we go. And let's get our lid on. Get that going. And we'll leave that for another half hour or so, let that smoke come out. Maybe I'll slow it down a bit. I'll make that half open, but look at that smoke coming out. Again, there's lots of smoke in there. Don't worry, there'll be smoke. We're gonna be cooking it on the charcoal, and when the wood burns down into all its embers as well, and that's where the chicken is gonna go on. All right, let's prep our chicken. So what we're going to do basically, we got a couple of whole organic chickens here, and they're pretty small, so I'm gonna do both because we certainly have enough or a lot of marinade. So a couple of organic chickens, and I'm going to butterfly them, or spatchcock them, to lay them flat, and then I'm gonna cut them in pieces actually. Gonna halve them, not have them, but half them. Have them, half them. Anyway, you know what I mean. Let's cut this rope off. These are good for a whole bunch of purposes, but for now, let's cut these open. All right, so we flip it over, and here's a tip I learned. Flip the bird over, and then just kind of eyeball and just make a cut down where you're going to cut. Actually makes it a lot easier. And same over here, just on this side. Just kind of gives me a path to follow, so to speak. And we just take our scissors. I'll put a link to these in the show notes. They're kind of perfect for just such purposes. That cuts right through. Way easier, actually. I should have been doing this before. Of course, it'll cut without doing that pre-cut, but it does seem that pre-cut makes it a bit easier. Just follow that line. And then we kind of open it up, and let's get rid of any of this excess here. Doesn't help us with anything. And in fact, for one of these, I'm going to peel the skin back because my wife is not a fan of the chicken skin. And let's give this one more snip here. There we go. And give it a press down. Hear that crack. There we go. Perfect. All right, that's chicken number one. Let's do our second one here. I think my knives need a good sharpening because this is not feeling very sharp. There we go. All right. Now, as I said, for this one, I'm actually going to pop the skin back like that. So I'm going to leave it on because I don't mind a little bit of that. So we'll leave that on there, but really now expose this chicken to our marinade. All right. Now, let's cover with our delicious marinade. And we'll let that sit in the marinade, total of about an hour. Look at that color. Look at that red. Isn't that beautiful? The red color. Wow. The aroma is just fantastic. Let's get the other side. All right, we have sauced up our chicken. Now we're going to add my favorite chicken spice, Cattleman's Grill Ranchero. This is fantastic. I put it on my chicken turkey. And of course, we got this thanks to my friends at All Barbecue Canada. I'll put a link into the show notes there. Pretty much, I can't find it anywhere else. That's how we met. So Cattleman's Grill Ranchero, check them out. They ship everywhere in Canada, and they're a great, Dean and his team, fantastic, very knowledgeable, and carry just some great product. We really clicked in terms of what we like. So we're gonna now put a generous amount of this on our chickens. Salt, there's not too much salt in the marinade, so we're not over salting here. We're not getting too carried away. And let's just make sure we're covering all our bases here. I do go through a lot of this spice because it does just make the chicken, no matter what sauce you're using, no matter what marinade, it really just, I haven't found anything better. So congratulations to Cattleman, and thanks again to Dean at All Barbecue Canada for supplying for me. All right, it's a lot of chicken. Now, what I'm going to do from here, as I said, I do want to cut these chickens actually in half. So that's how I want to serve them up. So we'll make sure that edge gets some marinade here. There's our chicken. We'll let that set for a while until our embers are ready. Our barbecue is ready to go. There's a lot of smoke coming out there, obviously. What I've done is laid on some mesquite chips to give it that extra mesquiteness. Let's get our chicken on and going. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Let's get our handle on. All right, and now we'll keep an eye on that and flip it about halfway, probably about 40 minutes. And right now it's at 350. That's a nice temperature to be at. It might go a little higher. Yeah, it's creeping up a little higher, so we'll just kind of guide ourselves with our vent. Oh, going to 400. That's all right. Nothing wrong with that. Let's just close our vent a little bit. We'll check back in about 45 minutes, give or take, and then give her a flip, but we'll keep an eye on it. Check out these new shoes from my friends at Crocs. So I happened to have the opportunity to chat with the president of Crocs for one of my podcasts, and I was saying how much I love their shoes. Oh, look at those. Dun, dun, dun. Aren't those fun? Man, I can tell you. They're from the professional line, and they are so comfortable. You know, a lot of this cooking is kind of hard on your back, so there you go. Lightning strikes. There you go. All right, it's been on for about half hour, 40 minutes. Woohoo! Look at that. Amazing. Check out that chicken. All right, let's give it a flip. Too much wood, too much wood. Don't like those flames. Let me get this out of here. There we go. Get that off the side. Woo. Close that up, calm that flame down. Meter says it's 292 in there and the chicken's 180. It's coming along perfectly. That's exactly, 165, a little warmer, that's okay. My wife likes it cooked better than not. And that's one test, you know, we'll get the thermal pop and kind of test it in different places because there's some thickness and thinness, so to speak. But so far, liking what I'm seeing. All right, we're about an hour into the cook. It's been cooking along fantastic, exactly where I wanted. Let's do the big reveal. Woo, there it is. Look at that chicken, looks fantastic. If you could only smell, if there was only smell-o-vision. Now, from here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna let it rest. Let's get it off the grill. Let's cover that up. And then what we'll get started on is our fire roasted corn. All right, now let's go to the next part. We're gonna fire roast this corn over that smoke and that mesquite. Man, this is gonna be amazing. Now to go with that, a couple of things that are going in here, but I also wanna scare up some of these peppers. Now, Smoke Joe uses poblanos, which is actually a pretty good idea and a little more probably true to form. So this is gonna add some heat for sure, these red Dutch peppers. It happens to be what I have in the house. I would probably recommend you try both this and poblanos. But right now, you'll see what we do with it. We wanna scald these and we're gonna put them in a bag, strip them out, chop them up, and put them in with some other great stuff. Got some nice heat underneath and get our corn going. All right, we've got our peppers off. This one's a little overburnt, but we can take care of that. And let's put them in this plastic bag and let them sit. There we go. All right, our corn is looking done, so let's get our corn off the heat. Again, this is a great thing to do while your chicken is resting. Chicken should rest for about 15 minutes. Just allow all those juices to come back in. All right, so into this, we are gonna put, first of all, some Kewpie. You could use mayo. I'm using Kewpie. Love the Kewpie. All right, so we're gonna put, Kewpie fart. Really, you're looking for about 2-3 tablespoons. You do this to your liking, I suppose you could say. And we're also going to put in, and I'm pretty excited about this, check this out, Cattleman's Grill Mexicano. Now you could put paprika, salt, and pepper in it. Thanks to our friends at All Barbecue Canada for this one. The aromas of, as fresh as you could get. It's fantastic, and we'll just blend that in. All right, so our corn is resting. Let's take care of now our peppers. Cut off the ends. That's probably a bit too hot. I don't want any of that. So we'll just strip off this outer layer of skin here. Look at that. Look at the way that just peels off on these fire roasted Dutch red peppers. Look at that. Let's cut these up. All right. Let's put this in here. Mix it up. There we go. Perfect. Delicious. All right. Let's go eat. All right, there you have it. Achiote mesquite roasted chicken on the Weber first cook of the year, outdoors on charcoal and wood. Won't be the last.